Us Brits often revel in mocking awful American attempts at our accent, but let's see how things are when the shoe's on the other foot, because not everyone is quite as good as Hugh Laurie and House.
If we don't talk to them, they can't lie to us, and we can't lie to them. Humanity is overrated. I don't think it's a tumor.
Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst American accents by great British actors. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're critiquing entries based on their general effectiveness, how they compare along the accented efforts of other cast members, and their consistency throughout the movie, or lack thereof it. Number 10, Simon Pegg, Big Nothing. He fronts the quintessential British Cornetto trilogy, but Pegg's American accent falls completely flat in this film.
Welcome to hell, dickhead.
Well, maybe not first sight. I'm sorry?
Hell. People hooked up to machines like slaves. And the smell?
Starring as Gus alongside David Schwimmer as Charlie, he plays an aspiring scam artist who hatches a plan to blackmail a dodgy reverend. The biggest scam of all, however, is his unconvincing and frankly hard-to-place tone.
I am going to shoot you, Charlie.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Pegg's so well known for playing the Brit that it is especially difficult to believe him as an American, but he doesn't help himself here.
What are we gonna do?
I want in.
All right, read my lips, okay? No way.
Number 9, Alan Rickman, Judas Kiss. The late, great Alan Rickman will forever be remembered for his many momentous film roles. However, something that won't be up there with the best of his achievements is his apparently American accent in this late 90s thriller, where he plays Detective David Friedman.
Get me a tape recorder, a refill, and send these people home, will you?
Alan stars alongside longtime collaborator and friend Emma Thompson, whose southern drawl is much more convincing. But that only highlights how far off the mark Rickman really is.
Did I skip anything?
You're a better driver than me, and I'm too proud to admit it.
You're right. So you keep me updated on everything?
All in, his character's voice is less Law and Order and more low-budget Forrest Gump.
The boys miss you, and we all wish you get better soon.
Number 8, Clive Owen, Inside Man. One of this actor's most recognizable traits is his gravelly British sound, which has seen him land a lorry load of tough guy roles. He's not all that well known for playing the American, and it's easy to see why.
Pay strict attention to what I say because I choose my words carefully and I never repeat myself.
Owens' US accent is exhibited in all its inconsistent glory for this 2006 flick, in which he plays a bank robber.
This time next week, I'll be sucking down pina coladas in a hot tub with 6 girls named Amber and Tiffany.
Whilst he still packs some predictable punch, he just doesn't convince as a stateside character, instead sounding more like an American doing an impression of Clive Owen. In parts, is he even bothering to put on any sort of accent at all?
You're too damn smart to be a cop. Now get the f*** out of here.
Number 7, Jason Statham, The Transporter. A British gangster movie regular, Statham's hard man's CV includes roles in Snatch, Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, and Mean Machine. So it was surprising when he was cast as what's generally accepted as an American in 2002's The Transporter.
Deal is the deal. Rule number 1.
Rules are meant to be broken.
Not mine.
Another who's known for his unique voice, the stateside snarl just doesn't suit him, and he clearly struggles to maintain it.
Breaking the rules, Frank. Good to break the rules.
To make matters worse, it's a repeat offense after his equally unimpressive effort in the lesser-known 2001 sci-fi film, The One.
Doing so, part of the other life's energy transferred to him. Made him stronger. Made all of you stronger.
Of course, no one in their right mind is gonna tell him he's a little off. Not if they want to live to see tomorrow.
This plane is not for tourists.
I'm not a tourist.
Number 6, Emma Thompson, Dead Again. As we've already seen, this actress can nail the American accent at times. Other times, not so much.
Don't you think it's
It's strange that we both just kind of showed up at St. Audrey's.
And Thompson appears to be having an Atlantic identity crisis here, with an accent that routinely reverts back to her default, well-spoken standard.
Grace. That's what the teabag says. That my name is Grace.
When she does channel the American accent for an extended scene or speech, however, it just doesn't sound at all specific to anywhere in particular, especially compared to her British co-star, Kenneth Branagh, who makes a much more convincing fist at it.
I thought karma was I do something bad in this life, I'm a termite in the next one.
Hey, you ask me, you're already a termite in this life in a shitty suit, okay?
Number 5, Liam Neeson, Darkman. He may be best known for hunting down his daughter's captors in a certain all-action movie franchise, but we were all taken for a ride with this awful accent attempt.
I don't care how long it takes, Yakatito. I know it's out there, waiting for us. I can feel it.
Liam Neeson plays scientist-cum-superhero Peyton Westlake in the cult classic Darkman. However, what's not so heroic is the constantly questionable delivery of Westlake's key lines.
Yes, I am back, aren't I? Just like always.
At times, Neeson somehow manages to sound even more Irish than he usually does, making it hard to tell that he's actually supposed to be from America. The film didn't especially suffer as a result, scoring well at the box office, but that doesn't make it any better.
Forgive me.
Number 4, Colin Firth, Main Street. An Oscar winner for The King's Speech, Colin Firth is about as British as they come. His American speech in this 2010 picture, on the other hand, got people talking for all the wrong reasons.
Remember this, someone has to address the problem if all categories of waste continue to grow. Someone has to take responsibility to find a solution to this problem. Our plant in Vernon, Texas has rejuvenated a dying town.
Starring as Gus Leroy, a wealthy Texan who attempts to save a small southern town, his drawl almost comes across as a parody of what it should sound like.
I won't be long. I just gotten word from Vernon they would like our canisters there in 2 days, and we're getting a new batch here from Louisiana.
Firth's another who's hampered by the all-out Englishness of his past roles, but after starring alongside Renee Zellweger, who does a pretty decent British accent in Bridget Jones's Diary, you'd think he would have asked her for some more tips.
Anybody ask you a question in English? Pretend you don't understand.
Number 3, Ewan McGregor, Down with Love. Whilst this Scottish actor's English accents are usually very good, there have been a couple of occasions when his stateside intonation has fallen a little short.
I think it's what I can do for you, Miss Novak. I'd like to invite you to lunch so we can discuss your book.
Playing Catcher Block in Down with Love, McGregor's role as a fast-living journalist who falls in love with a feminist advice author may seem a little all-American romance, but the actor doesn't exactly sound the part.
Oh, I can honestly say I have never seen this show.
Ewan's natural north-of-the-border accent constantly comes through, meaning that this performance just beats his role in Big Fish onto today's list, but only just.
What did she say?
Beats me.
Number 2, Ray Winstone, The Departed. Another gangster film veteran, Ray Winstone's Boston accent as part of this Scorsese classic is extremely unconvincing. Although again, it'd take extreme bravery to say it to his face.
Please. I ain't gonna hurt you.
For all his efforts, the king of the on-screen hardmen ends up sounding more like a mix of English and Australian, with a small hint of American at the very best.
Your real name and all your account numbers. Then we wait here.
Plus, to further add to the geographical confusion his voice can cause, Winston's character is actually called Mr. French. His delivery lacks a certain je ne sais quoi nonetheless.
Get him a cranberry juice.
Number 1, Michael Caine, on Deadly Ground.
I'll expect your full report on my desk by morning.
Take one of cinema's most iconic voices, and arguably one of the most impersonated actors in the business, ask him to adopt an American twang, and this is what happens.
Now why the hell would I do that to myself on purpose?
In his mid-90s movie, Michael Caine plays a rather unpleasant CEO who, despite all the hair dye and American attire, just can't convince us that he's genuinely from the States.
I don't know what you did with my rig, Forrest. But whatever it was, I want you to stop it. Turn it off. I'm leaving.
Considering Kane's other less than perfect attempts in movies like The Cider House Rules and The Weatherman, accents clearly aren't his forte.
How can you not feel obligated to help them when they can't get help anywhere else?
He's just London through and through.
It was cold in there. Would you give me a coffee, Dave, so I can warm up?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo UK and subscribe for more great content.